having seared meats and having reactions. And I went, And she actually used the term advanced glycation end products. And that's one of those things I remember people starting to worry about 15 or more years ago, that you shouldn't eat. Excuse me, there was this friend of mine who wouldn't eat food that was seared too much on a barbecue because of these advanced glycation end products, and would partially cook burgers first and then just sort of quickly put them on the barbecue, and then that's how we had to eat them. They were sort of gray and unappealing. I kind of like my sear. So I haven't drilled down into this in a lot of detail. But when this person was describing that they were actually getting a histamine type reaction, and yet if they took the same food, so say if they seared chicken breasts, they would have a histamine type reaction, but if they poached them, they did not. And here's the reason why. So advanced glycation end products activate mast cells. So whoever it was who asked me this question, thank you, because this was not something that was on my radar. But for people who are very sensitive to histamine, this would be something to keep in mind in terms of cooking practices. So it may not be enough if you're really sensitive at the moment to cook from frozen, freeze immediately. Like, there are lots of people in the group who are very careful about their histamine processes, but if they're searing, they could be triggering their mast cells. So this is a heads up if you've got obvious histamine problems. I'm not going to say this is one size fits all, because I don't think it is. I have clients who cannot handle the histamine in plant foods, but can handle the histamine in meats. I think I have the converse to that as well. People who can handle more histamine in their plant foods, but can't handle it in meat. So what we kind of have to be ready for is a little bit of nuance in how we apply some of the one size fits all rules. And I'd say a little bit of trial and error on some of these things might be really a good idea, so that you can find how limited you have to be. So for anybody who is, though, trying to follow low histamine eating and not getting the results that you'd expect, but you are doing a sear on your meat, it might be worthwhile to try poaching or steaming or other cooking approaches, baking, where you're not getting a sear.